From Como Park in St. Paul to Lake Harriet in the city of Minneapolis, parks across the Twin Cities are hubs of recreation and major sources of pride. And once again, a national ranking of city park systems is giving us top marks. I say once again because if this sounds familiar, that's because this happens quite a bit, right, Kent?
Yeah, absolutely, Jenna. Washington, D.C. and our Twin Cities have finished 1, 2, or 3 in the annual Park Score Index most years. St. Paul this year just edged out Minneapolis for the second spot. And if you're wondering if that matters to all of them, well, just a little bit.
We're celebrating the 174th anniversary of this park.
As St. Paul marked the staggering 174th anniversary of its first city park, city leaders celebrated high marks for all the parks that have come since.
Once again, St. Paul's status as the #2 park system in the country has been affirmed.
Affirmed because it's the third straight year the Trust for Public Lands Park Score rankings have Minnesota's capital locked in at #2, just behind our nation's capital.
They get federal funding for the National Mall. So I'm just going to say we operate the #1 municipal park system in the country.
What has been the key to trying to stay up at top? Because you've been in the top 3 ever since these rankings started, right?
Yeah, there's 2 things. One is equity and the other one is access.
Parks Director Andy Rodriguez says St. Paul's always among the top performers for park access, with 99% of residents within a 10-minute walk. Yet that score improved even more with the addition of new dog parks in Lowertown and several other locations around St. Paul. The rankings are also based on a park acreage score, amenities, investment, and the relatively new category of equity.
We made youth sports free across the city for ages 10 and up. That eliminates a fee barrier for everybody. That's an equity initiative.
And that initiative helped boost St. Paul to a 71 equity score, just beating out its twin to the west, Minneapolis finishing 3rd overall.
Does it feel good to get a little bit of an edge over Minneapolis?
I would say that we work in tandem with one another. We're the Twin Cities, right? There's a friendly rivalry there.
There's a little bit of competition.
But Al Bangora, superintendent of Minneapolis Parks, is still pretty happy. Thanks to new parks like Bridal Veil Gardens in Prospect Park and its own equity investments, it re-entered the top 3 after falling to 5th last year.
We have all this work that we're putting into our areas that are really a focus for us to make sure we meet those needs of those communities. It just reaffirms the work that we do every day.
Speaking of work, Andy acknowledges St. Paul parks still have plenty to do.
Tragically, we had a shooting at Oxford Community Center back in January.
We spoke with him following that shooting and the changes that were made at the rec center this spring.
We've invested a lot of resources and time there, revamped the staffing model and other things. We have a big basketball camp there this Saturday with Trey Holloman, who will be there, I think, to work with about around 100 kids from the neighborhood.
Whether it's that or several newly opened skate parks, he says the goal is for healthy competition to build a safer sense of community. And that's something both cities can certainly relate to.
It's exciting because we're the Twin Cities. And to be one of the top, in the top 3 is really amazing.
We complement each other very well. And if you look at it from a regional perspective, like the Twin Cities are where it's at.
Friendly competition is always good, but it pushes us to really be excellent in our park systems and what we deliver to our community.
To be fair, this year's rankings weren't just close between the 2 cities. They were super close. Look at that, with St. Paul edging Minneapolis by just 0.4 of a point after tallying all of those categories. Now, leaders from both parks departments say that consistency is only possible thanks to huge public support. And Jenna, the numbers support that. Both cities get a perfect 100 ranking for investment from taxpayers.
0.4 of a point, there wasn't an automatic recount?
I don't know. I didn't get that far into it, but they both seem to accept the results.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was actually playing at a park with my kid, and I said, "You're sure lucky, Zeke. We have so many parks around here," just this morning.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ken.